The PPI report comes in low. Bitfarms is flying today. Let's get into things. This is going to be a short video. I'm just going to talk very quickly about the data that came out today, as well as what's going on in the crypto mining sector. So first of all, let's take a look. Initial jobless claims was a little bit higher than expected. So there are more unemployed than expected. That is good in terms of thinking about interest rate cuts. That is one of the factors that if unemployment rises, they are more likely to cut. We also got a negative PPI read this month. It was supposed to come in positive 0.1%. It came in positive 0.5% last month, and this month it actually came in negative 0.2%. That is absolutely huge. That is 0.3% lower than expected. That is a huge thing, and we are seeing the benefits of that today. In fact, Bitfarms is already going up another percent. I'll show that in a moment. Year over year PPI is 2.2% versus 2.3% last time. Core PPI is at 0. It was expected to rise at 0.2%, but it was 0. That is huge for this. And the core PPI year over year is 3.2. It was 3.2 last time as well. But the markets absolutely love this. Bitcoin, not so much. We'll start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 0.5% today, down to $67,000. We are getting compressed in this between 70 and 67,000 here over the last few days. It'd be really great if we could get some nice volume to come in and just pop this thing up over the 20 and take us higher and higher from there. Let's see here. It is. Let's draw a channel because there's a channel. There's a channel growing here. See, boop, like this and this. Okay, excellent. Once we get out of this thing, I'll see us. I'm looking at us to go much higher from here. All right. That's really what I'm looking for. I just want to see Bitcoin stay above $67,000. If it doesn't stay above 67, I want to see it stay above 66, where the 50-day moving average is. Anything lower than that, and I'm not having such a good time on Bitcoin. If we break above this descending channel here, currently the top of that channel is at 69,662. We break above that channel, and we're headed for 70. 70 is that kind of line in the sand that we really need to get above and close above in order to continue on higher on Bitcoin. So that's where we're at with that right now. Let's take a look at Bitfarms. Bitfarms is actually at $2.75 today. This thing is taking off right now. It is absolutely just launching, and that is beautiful to see. One thing that I am concerned about with Bitfarms is the RSI, and you can see it right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. You can see right now that we are at a much higher price, but RSI is at a lower level. That is divergence. We got RSI. If we were to draw a trend line on the RSI, it would angle down. And if we were to draw a trend line, from the last top to this current top right here on price, it is diverging. They're going in different directions. That is RSI divergence. In this case, it is bearish RSI divergence. And if this price is to break down, which in these cases you go from one cycle low to the other, which is like this, if price gets below this line here, which in this case would be right now $2.24, we're likely to see this thing fall pretty dramatically in that case. Now, RSI divergence isn't the end of the world or anything like that. It is just a technical indicator to be aware of that is bearish, but we would need to come all the way down underneath this trend line, and then it would activate and you'd see it start coming down pretty fast. I'm not super concerned about that, mostly because look at what the RSI did. So on June 5th, RSI got overbought, excuse me, and then over the course until June 11th, over the course of a few days, it came down to 50 basically, and did a 50 retracement, then bounced. That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It also, let me see here. Let me get this. I want 20. There we go. It came down, hit the 20, bounced right off. That thing took off. This is fantastic to see. One thing that I am really concerned and interested to see what happens with it is the poison pill. RIOT does now own 13.1% of the company as of yesterday, and they are increasing. If they reach that 15% level within the parameters of the poison pill time frame, they could poison pill this thing. Now, there are instances where that made stock price go absolutely parabolic for a short period of time, and there are other instances where it didn't go so well. I'm kind of hoping that it's the parabolic one for Bitfarms because I own a lot of it. So we'll see what happens there. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit later in another video. I didn't have time to prepare it this morning, so I'm going to hopefully do that either tomorrow or over the weekend. Do some fun comparisons of previous companies that had done poison pills and what happened there, and just like the different dynamics that took place, because it's super, super interesting. Okay, let's move on to Bit Digital. How is Bit Digital doing this morning? There are so many lines on my chart. Let's see, it is up 5%. That's pretty great. It's up at 288. It's just charging up in this ascending channel. We got out of this descending channel, so actually I'm going to delete that now. That's gone. That's no longer a concern of mine. I have too many like dots and things on my chart. Let me just make these a little better. All right. RSI is in a good place for Bit Digital on the daily. I really just want to see it get up and above $3. Once Bit Digital gets up and above $3, right? Maybe like 320, 310 or something, and then comes back tests $3 and then carries on its merry way. I'm going to be very excited about it at that instance when that happens. Let me just draw this one. Okay, that's the one I want. Also, my indicator is published now. The indicator that's on the screen right now, this thing is published right now. If you go to your indicators and you type in 4SMA, should be this one. 4SMA dash BKSQZ. So that's 4 simple moving averages dash Bollinger Band Keltner channel squeeze. That's it's available. And I know it's up because I've been getting a bunch of emails saying people like it. So um, I know it's available to the public. You can find it like that. So it's the 4SMA dash BKSQZ if you want to get this. And this includes 4 SMAs, which is the 5, the 20, the 50, and the 200, and then also has Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels, and then has my little arrows and dots and my Bollinger Band Keltner channel squeeze, my BK squeeze up here at the top, showing when that is happening on the chart there. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. It's fun. I am working on another one, and the other one that I'm working on is specifically for a 1-minute scalping strategy. So that's not ready yet, so it's not published, but it is coming. Because I figured out how the publishing works. It's awesome. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the next thing here. Let's look at CleanSpark. How's CleanSpark going this morning? It's up 5%. We're coming up on, oh, we're up over $18. That's nice. We're up over $18. We got above this trend line here, so let me just go ahead and get rid of that. We're coming up to the top of the channel here, though. The top of the channel right now is at $18.53. So that's a little bit concerning here. Let's take a look. Let me turn this thing on. This is my other indicator. The fib levels 618 is all the way up here at $24, and then the one all the way up here at 30.90. Okay, not too bad, not too shabby. Not bad at all. All right, cool. That's it for them. On the upside, yeah, we got resistance. We're currently at resistance. Support for us is going to be down, still about $15 overall. But I mean, we do have a new level of support right here, about $16.72, where if we were to turn around from where we currently are, we could get caught there, which would be, yeah, 1698 to 1672. That's where the 20 and the 50 are. So yeah, that's where our support is below us on CleanSpark. Let's take a look at Mara. How is Mara doing this morning? They are up 2.26%. That's a little disappointing, but that's okay. I really want to see them get out of this descending channel right here, like this one. I want to see it break out of this and then go up to that $22, and then from there struggle for a day or two and then go all the way to the top of this big ascending channel, which is all the way up here at $29. I want to see that in July. That's really what I'm interested in. We are currently sitting on support for Mara versus resistance. So we are on support for Mara, not resistance at the moment on the 20. We do need to get a little bit, though. There's a small resistance from this descending channel that it really needs to break out of to get up to the $22 level on that thing. Let's see where the fibs are on this bad boy. Yeah, the 618 is all the way up here at $30. The one all the way up here at 37, and then on the way down below, the midline for the fib Bollingers is at $19, and 618 on the bottom is at $8. So that's a bit far, but yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Let's take a look at RIOT. How's RIOT doing? RIOT is up 3.1% today. We are headed for the 200-day moving average at $11.68. This descending wedge, this falling wedge right here, that played out, and we're going up. That's pretty cool. We are looking like we're ready to close out of this descending channel that we've been in since April 24th as well. That's pretty great. Really, the only thing we need to do is get up and above the 200-day moving average. Once we do that, we are very likely to move very quickly up to about $13, maybe even to the top of the range here at about $16 on RIOT. So pay attention to that. RIOT while it's been underperforming pretty disgustingly since March 5th, it does look like it could potentially have its day in the sun coming pretty soon. All right, let's take a look at Cipher warrants. How are those doing today? Dang, I really wish I had held those. So I did sell those yesterday. It was like a 107 or something. I was feeling a bit over leveraged on some of my miners. I was getting a bit heavy, so I decided to sell my warrants since that was like one of my smallest positions and it was positive. So I got rid of it. I really should have held it to today till today. I could have made 30% just today. So that's cool. Uh, Dang. Oh well, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I was over leveraged and I needed to deleverage a bit. I was looking at my account yesterday and I said, "Oh man, I've got way too much going on. I need to parse it down a little bit." Sometimes that's the case. I did it a little bit early, obviously. I still made profit, but I really wanted to make more like where it is right now, but that's okay. I miss the train sometimes, and that's not the end of the world. Take a look at IREN. How's IREN doing this morning? It is up another 7%. Can this thing stop? Is this thing gonna go just run for $20? I mean, we gotta hit some kind of resistance. I mean, we should be hitting resistance now. This is crazy. Look how far away it is from the 5. If you're an IREN, you're doing fantastically. I'd just put a trailing stop loss on this thing and just wait. I'd put a trailing stop loss somewhere near the 5-day moving average, like maybe just below the 5-day moving average, which is a huge gap right now, and just let it rip. See what happens. Or I'd just take my profit because you're probably sitting on, let's see how much profit you might be sitting on if you got in at the bottom of this thing. If you got in at the bottom of the move on this thing, you're sitting on 254% of profit. Of course, nothing I ever say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. But my opinion is if you make 250% in less than 6 weeks, you should really consider taking some of that profit as an investor. It's just the responsible thing to do. Of course, you do what you want, but that's just me. This thing's crazy. It's unstoppable. That makes me kind of scared to look at the Core Z chart. Let's see what that thing's doing. And ooh, that thing's up 8%. It is. Let's see how far away this thing is from the 5-day moving average. Price on Core Z is currently 16% off the 5-day moving average, meaning this thing could, in a heartbeat, fall 16% and still be crazy bullish. That is outrageous. Um, Again, let's see what the move was on this thing. What was the move on Core Scientific if you got in at the bottom? 291, almost 300% since April 17th. My opinion is exactly the same. If you've made 300% in a couple of months and you're not considering taking profit, I think you're a crazy person. But yeah, I mean, this thing could keep running. This thing could keep going. It absolutely could. Will it? I don't know. I'm not going to chase it though, because that scares me to see that 300% in a couple of months. But man, if you're in this thing, congratulations, you are absolutely crushing it. What happened? Oh yeah, Tesla. I believe Elon got his pay package actually, and that's why we got an update today of 6%. Tesla is outrageous right now. It was compressed for such a long time, and then the vote came in and went up. So I'd be actually looking for this thing to come up to $200 pretty fast. Actually, now a lot of that pressure is removed. It's not in the way anymore. I'd be looking for this thing to come up to $200 very, very quickly on this thing. Maybe even up to the 200-day moving average at $209. I don't really see a downside now anymore. The lowest I can really see it coming would be for support would be the 20 and the 50, no, the 20-day moving average, which is all the way down at 177. That's like the lowest I could see it going in the near future, but I see it much more quickly going up to $200 from here and then carrying on up to the 200-day moving average. We conquer that 200-day moving average and we're going right back up to that 260 area very, very quickly on Tesla. So that's pretty cool. That's excellent. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and have a profitable day.